Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my video. Today I will be doing a review of the DM003, as you can see here. Now this is a pretty sweet looking micro quad, and you might notice that it looks surprisingly like its older cousin or brother here, the Deming DM007, which came out a little bit earlier. Hold them up here so you can see. It's basically just a shrunk down, fully micro version, and it's pretty cool. So it comes with this box here. It's an interesting box. It's pretty small. Nothing great to keep. It's kind of like a puzzle to get into, but it is nice to keep this small box for shipping. It comes with the same transmitter as the DM007. Pretty nice sticks on this one, and actually nice long sticks, so you can pinch if you want. Very smooth. Same transmitter as the older, larger version, as I said. You get a manual, however, it's pretty bad. You can see it's not even on the right quad, so I haven't really looked through that. You don't really need it. It comes with a pretty much standard USB charging cable, ending in the micro, LOSI, or Molex connector. You can see there. We have a bag of 4 spare props. Same props as a DM007, actually, so you can see the same props here. So if you do need some spares and you have a DM007, they'll work just fine. And then you also have 2 little landing legs that you can see here, but I haven't really used those much. And for the battery, it is a 3.7 volt, 300 milliamp hour battery, as you can see there. And it doesn't it takes about 45 minutes to charge off the USB charging cable, so it takes a little bit long. But you do get about 6 minutes and 15 seconds of flight times off of this, so that's pretty good. And now this thing flies pretty well. It has 2 rates. If you go up here on your transmitter, your top left shoulder button is your rates here. You can see there's a button. Click that and you'll go into high rates. There's just high and low, and the yaw and pitch change. And then for your right shoulder button, you click that and then give input on your right stick, and you'll do a flip in that direction. However, this one is kind of heavy for a micro quad, so it doesn't really have too much power. However, this thing is super quiet. Like, it's really quiet. Everyone who has this has been saying how quiet it is. And now for the prop guards, they are removable with 1 screw, and they're pretty flimsy, but they do work a little bit. However, I found that if you take the guards off, it gets a lot louder and it shakes more, so like it vibrates. So I've just left them on because it flies perfectly like that. And now for the pitch and yaw, it actually, on low rates, it's very smooth, especially this controller. It's pretty precise, and you can be a really nice, slow, precise indoor flyer, which is actually really good. And you kick it up to high rates, and this thing, the yaw gets a little bit faster. The yaw is pretty good, but the pitch is like that. And with this thing not having that much power, the pitch is crazy. It's kind of funny because this one didn't had enough power but not enough rates, and now this one has enough rates but not enough power. So that's kind of coincidental. They can't get it right. Okay, let's stop that from shaking. For the LEDs, it's pretty. It's a black body, but I'll show you here. Let me connect up the quad. The plastic is kind of sort of transparent, so you can see they do shine through pretty well, actually. And there actually is holes in the bottom. You can see and get it right there where it actually really shines, but the rest of it, it's pretty translucent plastic, so it's not the best night flyer, especially since they're towards the middle, but a lot better than I was expecting to shine through the black plastic. Now for your remote, you have your 4 digital trims here, pretty standard. Here. To recalibrate it, it does have headless mode. I'm not sure if this recalibrates headless and the accelerometer, or it calibrates headless when you turn it on. But if you put both sticks down into the center, as you can see there, that will recalibrate and it'll flash the lights. And if to enter headless mode, you click in the right stick. You can hear that one clicks, the left one does not. However, I haven't really messed with headless mode at all, just because I don't think it's a good feature, and it doesn't really work on these quads. It takes 4 AA's in the back, but that's really about it. It doesn't have any foam landing feet on the bottom. It just kind of has flat plastic, but I mean, it lands pretty well. It's nice and sturdy. And this thing is just, it can't go that fast because, like I said, it doesn't have a crazy amount of power, but it's just so smooth and quiet that I really like this, and it could be a pretty good beginner quad. If I could recommend one, I think this would be a pretty good one because it's got a nice size controller, easy to hold, and you could pinch it, you could thumb it however you want to fly, and it's very precise and pretty smooth and low rates. So I think it could be good for a beginner to learn on. But other than that, and it's pretty cheap too. I think it's like 18 bucks. I bought mine from Banggood. But that's about it. So that was for the review. So now let's check out an indoor flight. I'll just go around, show you some low rates, and then I'll take it outside and show you the high rates. So let's go check those out. Okay, here we are for the indoor flight of the Deming DM003. As you can see here, sweet all black looking quad. Have it bound up to the stock controller here. Just start off. I'll just take it down and I'll recalibrate it by putting both sticks down into the center. Hopefully you can see the LEDs are flashing there, so now we're good. So let's bring it back up. And now one of the most popular things about this quad is that it's super quiet. So I'm just going to let you listen to it here. And now I know I don't even know how it's going to come out on camera. But it's definitely not a silent quad, but compared to some of the other ones, this is a very silent, or very quiet quad. Not annoying. So definitely if you want to fly it around your family or your house and not annoy them as much, this could be a good one for that. But I'm just flying in low rates here. And hopefully you can see, whoops, a little prop guard test, but as you can see I had a little bit of trouble recovering from that due to the low throttle punch of it. It doesn't have very much power with those props, but is quiet and efficient, so the trade-off. This controller is very nice. The sticks are just very nice and precise and smooth. So let's try some flips. So you use your right shoulder button, you give input, and I go give up throttle before then because it needs a little bit more room. It still does them pretty nicely. You can see there. Now this is our full low rates yaw. As you can see, not that fast, pretty, but it's a little bit slow, but it is enough to fly in this room. Here's a low rates funnel. And this is a pretty small room, and it's good enough to fly in here. So decent, good low rates yaw. Now click it up to high rates, and there's the high rates yaw. Back to low rates. Here's low rates pitch. Pretty aggressive for low rates, but since it is very smooth and precise, it's very proportional to your stick. You can give real slow. So now we're in high rates. This is where the pitch gets really deep. You see it has trouble keeping up with that. So as you can see, you can do crazy bank turns like that, but definitely can't handle this in power. So it's kind of weird how they have that on here. But I just like to fly around at low rates. Even though I like to fly very aggressively, this is one quad that I really have fun just going around slow. Usually I don't like to do that, but because it's so smooth and quiet, it's just really relaxing for me to fly this one. Get a look up close. It's a very nice quad overall. I definitely like it. So you think that was good enough? I'm not gonna do headless mode since I don't like to endorse that feature. So there we go. And I didn't really test the prop guards much, but they're okay. They're not the best, but they're not the worst. But you know, they're there, and they're so thin they hardly add any weight. So that was good enough for indoors. So now let's go check it out outdoors, and I'll try and show you how much speed it can get up to. So let's go check that footage out. Okay, here we are outdoors. As you can see, I have the Deming DM003 here. Pretty much the little brother or cousin to the DM007. I have it bound up to the stock controller. Let's just start off with a hand toss here. Drift in just a little bit, correct that with trim. And there's hardly any wind out, and I do apologize for the lighting. I know it's not very bright out right now. But hopefully you'll be able to hear that I know that on camera it actually sounds like it's kind of loud, but in real life this thing is just super quiet compared to other quads. You see I'm just flying around at low rates. It can be very smooth. I'll try and keep it down towards the ground so you can see it better, hopefully. I know this time of year, the color of the grass, the black quad on a dark day isn't very good. But not very much power at all, because it's pretty heavy, but it does definitely very smooth. So let's go to high rates. Let's do some speed passes. See, this can get moving pretty fast, and it's pretty cold out, so I don't expect the battery to last too long. You can see pretty fast. Go up a little higher, hopefully. Not the best speed, but for its size, pretty capable little quad. But like I said before, I actually prefer to fly this one just nice and slow and smooth, because it's just so good at that. Let's do some flips. This is very nice, smooth, calculated flips. They program them very well. It does lose a little bit of height, but if you are going up before you do the flip, it'll do them okay. Hopefully those are on film. You can see there. Very nice dialed in flips. So let's try headless mode just because, okay. Nope, that backwards is it's completely off. And I did make sure that I started it and recalibrated it facing away from me here. So headless definitely, yep, totally off. Let's go back. You can see, that's the deepest funnel it can get. It has more pitch, but it can't keep up in terms of power. Let's hover in close here. Pretty nice quad. I definitely do recommend it. Like I said, it might not be so much a bad choice for a beginner, but one thing I did forget to mention in my review is the LVC times are pretty much non-existent, but they've been varying. Sometimes I get LVC where the lights will blink, and sometimes they don't even blink until it's down on the ground. So, and it's kind of hard to tell when you're losing battery, but I mean it falls pretty softly. It's not that big of a deal. Just don't be pushing it way out of range. And I haven't tried flying this one real far away, but I expect with this larger controller that's decent quality, you'd get good enough range that you shouldn't have any trouble unless you're really trying to push it. So, you know, I think that was good enough because that's what this quad excels at. Slow, smooth flying. Let's land there. And there we go, that was my review of the DM003. And like I said, pretty good quad, I do recommend it. Nice and quiet, slow, smooth, precise flyer. Not very much on power, but if you're just flying slow like this one likes to be, it flies really nice. And like I said, not a bad option for a beginner. That was my review. Like I said, there will be links down below. I bought this one from Banggood, but I believe a couple other sites, maybe like GearBest, have it. I'll leave as many as I can find. So that was my review. Please subscribe if you aren't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.